Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. This is Thursdays with Sin. I'm Sin Meadows, and today is where I talk to you about some hopeful words of inspiration and support to get you to take action towards your e-commerce entrepreneurial journey. All right, so today's topic is dream stealers. Okay, this is a topic that's very near and dear to my heart. I've spoken about it before in other trainings, but I've never actually done a training on specifically just dream stealers. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, and hopefully that way it kind of puts it all into perspective so you can kind of understand, get a good understanding of what I'm talking about. Now, today is the very first day of my retirement from my corporate America 9 to 5 job, right? So today is the very first day that I am a full-time e-commerce entrepreneur. Okay, woo, 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 woo. I'm so excited about that. So having said that, it also comes with a lot of mixed emotions, right? So it's like, oh gosh, when I really think about where I started now 3 years ago, going on 4 years ago, actually, and really just how did I even get to where I am right now? And I'll tell you, if I had have listened to Dream Stealers, I would not be here where I am right now. And I'm talking not just for this part of my life, just in the last few years, but all the way back when I really got my first corporate America job. If I really had have listened to people back then, I would never have even gotten this far, right? So it's those type of people can really wreak havoc on your goals and your dreams. So let's kind of jump into it and I'll explain a little bit more in detail. So when I think back about it, it was actually in 2017. That's exactly when I started my Shopify store. So I was just all I was doing. I had no other sideline jobs, no side hustles. I was only doing my regular 9 to 5 job, and I had these dreams and goals that I wanted to early retire. So I figured out, okay, I've got to find something else to do. I want to be my own boss. I want to work from home. I don't want to work for someone else. I want to be in control of my own schedule, my own life, right? And my own income. I was tired of being capped at a certain income level. I wanted to make my own money and have it unlimited opportunity. So I started thinking about Shopify. Now, I spent 9 months on once I determined, okay, I'm going to open up a Shopify store. I spent 9 entire months just thinking about what niche do I need to be in? What's going to be a good seller? What will people like? And then picking out inventories, thinking of a company name, getting all the legal stuff set up, then starting with buying inventory, getting product or getting photos for those products, writing listings, setting up the entire store. There was a lot of work, 9 months of work to get to the point of opening day of the Shopify store, right? Now, after I did all that, within 5 months of it being open, I closed it. And because for many varied reasons, but it got to a point to where I realized I picked the wrong niche, and I really can't take this any farther without spending mega thousands of dollars trying to get it off the ground in Facebook ads and things like that. So that was a learning curve for me, and it was very valuable to learn that information. And the reason is because since then, and because of all that entire experience, I learned so much that now I am back on Shopify working for clients, and I had all that experience that I could draw from that is now a positive experience, right? So do I consider that first Shopify episode was a failure? At the time I did. At the time I did, because I felt really defeated. Why didn't I figure this out sooner? I wasted so much time and money just to have it closed 5 months later. But if all of that had not happened, I would never be where I am now. So it was so critical for me to be in the position I am now, to have gone through that personal experience and learned the hard way, but learned every single step that I took has now helped me in my current journey and my current process of where I am right now. So when I look back at that, I can really sit back and think, yes, that was a successful experience, even though I didn't think about it at the time. Now, when I first, let's even backtrack a little bit farther than that now. So when I first started even thinking about Shopify, I was instantly, I started talking about it, of course, to my closest inner circle of people. And instantly I was met with all kinds of skepticism and negative comments and things like that, I was so excited that, oh gosh, Shopify is the way. I'm going to be so successful. I'm going to be able to early retire. I'm going to make some really good money. And instantly I started getting questions. Why are you doing that? Well, you can't make money like that. That's not possible. That's crazy. That's really a big risk. Are you going to risk, spending all your money and risk your savings on that kind of thing? Who even buys online? And are you sure you know what you're doing? And are you going to lose your butt? I mean, I've heard that more than once, and on and on and on and on and on, right? So my excitement and enthusiasm, once I just make a decision, I am all in. I am all in, and I am ready to roll with it and take my lumps and bumps along the way. But I am really ready to go forward, and thought I had put as much research and learning as possible into it, which I did, which was still, again, very valuable information. But what ended up happening when I started being met with all the skepticism and all this negativity and all these questions bombarding me, my fire started fizzling out, right? My flame was being extinguished. My enthusiasm was curbed. And then I started questioning my own judgment. Are they right? Do they know what they're talking about? Is this a bad decision? Am I going to lose all my money? Do I really not know what I'm doing? So then you really just start second guessing yourself. And then it's like, oh, so my heightened level of excitedness and enthusiasm was way up here. And then as I started, every single time I would hear a comment, just knock me down a notch and knock me down a notch, and just kept on. So I got all the way down to the bottom. And then I came this close to not even pursuing it. And finally, I just decided, okay, the people that are telling me these things have zero experience in e-commerce. They have zero experience of anything online. They have zero experience of barely even shopping online. So why am I listening to these people trying to tell me what to do and how to make decisions for my own life when they have zero experience in that whole process? So that's when I decided, okay, so this is, I'm at a crossroads now. Do I curb my dreams and my goals and my decisions of what I want to do? Do I listen to these people who don't really even know what they're talking about? Or do I really dig down deep and say, okay, I'm going to go for it. I feel like I've learned enough, and I'm kind of making a good decision. I'm comfortable enough to risk a certain amount, and I'm just going to go for it, and I'll just figure it out along the way, and at least try, at least step outside of my comfort zone and try. And if it fails, it fails. If it doesn't, then I got a 50-50 chance, right? So I decided to go for it. And like I said, through all the trials and tribulations and of that whole initial 9 months to getting to the point of opening day, and then within 5 months of closing the store, it was not a failure. Did I spend some money? Yeah, I did. But you know what? It was valuable learning. So I've spent less on what I lost on that Shopify store than I did on other training courses that were complete, junk. So when I think about it that way, I just put it all into perspective, and then just do, and just think about it as, yes, it was a wonderful learning experience now, because I'm now back on Shopify as a more experienced seller, and knowing the ins and outs, and really can make even better decisions to move forward. And it is very, very successful at the moment. So, or has been successful. I'm not saying it's only successful right now. It has been very successful, and I have no doubt it will continue to be successful. So, what I had to finally do is just stop listening to people that are outside of the Shopify community, and stop listening to people that are outside of the e-commerce space, right? They have a different mindset. The people that were within the niche, within Shopify, within e-commerce selling, they understood what I was trying to do. They were able to discuss logically and share their own experiences and ups and downs and success stories. They were the ones that gave me the support and encouragement to keep going. Those were people that I had never even met before, but they became my new circle of influence, my new circle of friends, my new circle of resources that I could then depend on, share my ideas, ask questions, and be able to rely on their tried and true information to help me make, better decisions. My initial, original, immediate circle, they didn't understand the mission. They were not supportive. They questioned everything with negativity, with a negative connotation to it. And they had opinions on every single step of the process, even though they had no experience in the entire thing. So it really, when you sit back and really think about that, and how much influence people like that have on your own decisions, that can be it's not even can be, it is very powerful. And that's when you need to determine, is that the type, or is this circle you're going to listen to, or is this circle going to be the one that you listen to? So again, when you have an idea and you're so excited about it and you're met with total pushback, your flame goes out, it's totally extinguished. You lose that sparkle of hope and excitement inside of you. And then you lose your drive and momentum and your ambition to go and try to work towards fulfilling your dreams and your goals, right? So again, you start second guessing yourself. And are they right? What if I do lose my investment? What if I am a total failure? What if I become the laughing stock of my inner circle? What if, what if, what if, what if? Stop asking the what ifs. You've got to, at some point, decide what you want for yourself, and trust your instincts, and stop allowing these other people, and who I call dream stealers, from influencing your decisions. So I finally realized that my dreams are my goals, and my efforts is my own ending result, right? All of this is for me. It's what works for me, or me and my family. And it's no one else's. It's not their dreams and goals. They shouldn't even, if I'm not asking for that opinion, I shouldn't even be listening to that opinion. I shouldn't even be getting that opinion, right? So I learned to stop talking about my process, my goals, my dreams when it came to this specific part of my life, my business, my niche, my Shopify experience, whatever you want to call it. I stopped talking about that, period, to people that don't understand it, right? So just stop even bringing it up. And if I'm not talking about it, they're not talking about it, because they don't even know to talk about it. That's not their space. That's not their mindset. So I would never even be questioned about it. And trust me, I stopped with this war with inside myself, trying to figure out, which group am I going to listen to? I started trusting my own instincts, and I started only discussing it within the inner circle that did have the experience. So I instantly stopped getting negativity. I instantly stopped getting skepticism. I instantly stopped being questioned, because I wasn't discussing it any longer with the other inner circle, right? So from then on, I only focused on the true inner circle that was in the space. They were in the e-commerce. They were in Shopify. They had the same mindsets, and it was a liberating experience. Now, your inner circle, here comes the sunshine. I need to shift. Your inner circle is very important. It is crucial to the support that you get in life, right? So what I'm trying to say through this whole message is, you might need to have two circles. You have your inner circle, that's your family, your closest friends, and your true support system when it comes to maybe a support of who knows what, the sickness, or just life, or just, celebrating your successes of your regular day job, having a baby, marriages, all those kind of normal life things. Use that inner circle for those type of experiences. But you might need to create a second inner circle, those that are in the same mindset of a different avenue. People cannot give you logical advice if they're not dealing with the same things that you're dealing with, right? So you have to learn that rely on the cheerleaders of the correct inner circle to motivate you and encourage you and help you along the way. So you need people in the second inner circle that are in the same mindset, because you need that protected space where you can bounce ideas off of each other. You can share tips and things and ask questions and not be met with instant negativity, not be met with skepticism and questions. These are people that understand you. They're on the same mission, and you can all work together to collaborate and brainstorm and create new ideas. That's the safe space, and that is a structured environment that is a supportive environment. That's the correct inner circle for you to be sharing those types of ideas and having those kinds of conversations. You won't be judged, you won't be condemned. Again, it's a safe space for creativity and the mindset of, in my case, e-commerce selling and that specific niche, or maybe specific to Shopify. So unfortunately, sometimes it's our family and friends, our closest friends, that become those dream stealers. And you know what? Sometimes they don't even mean to be. They just don't understand the power and the weight that those comments that they make to you. They don't understand how they carry over to your internal thoughts and how it affects you in your decision making. So I think they truly love us. In that closest inner circle, they truly do love us, and they think what they're doing is for the best, but sometimes they can be very opinionated and not be giving you the right advice. Again, obviously, if they're not even in the other space that you're really working towards. Now, then that's your closest friends and family that truly love you. Then there are going to be those friends, I'll put it in quotes, that are just opinionated, negative Nellies that truly hate to see other people succeed, especially if you're going to be succeeding above and beyond what they've ever accomplished. We all have those friends. They're not really friends. Hey, there's an inside professional tip for you. They're acquaintances. You think they're your friend, but when you really dig down deep and really think about it, if they're acting that way to you, they are not your friend. Those are the type people, those are true dream stealers that you need to cut out of your circle. Get them out, cut them out totally. And I'm not saying be rude about it. I'm not saying, there are definitely strategic or nice ways you go about it, but those are the type people you need to start distancing yourself from. And I mean, I've experienced this myself, so I'm talking from personal experience. But distance yourself from those type people, because they will always be a dream stealer. They do not know any other way, that they are just that opinionated and they think they know everything. Again, when they have zero experience in what you're talking about, or what you may be asking or discussing at the moment. So those people will definitely have a negative effect on your psyche, and they will stop you from pursuing your dreams and goals. You have to rid them from your circle. You can still be an acquaintance. You can still speak when you see them. You might even want to have an occasional lunch. Never, ever speak to them about your personal ambitions or what you're doing. Play it off, tell a little Whitefield if you have to, but do yourself a favor, because they're just going to bring you down. And I think when you really think about and really analyze and take an objective step back and look at those type people, you will then recognize when those comments come out and how they talk about other people that they're supposedly friends with, right? You will then start recognizing, oh, wow, this person, they just don't like to see other people succeed. And when you really, really think about it, you learn so much when you keep your mouth quiet, just listen and observe. And I do think you will definitely see it and start recognizing it in this special type of person. And you'll know that it's like, time to go. I need to start putting that distance here, because it's just going to bring you down, and it's no need to cause yourself that drama. And nobody wants drama, but these dream stealers, oh my gosh, they are the epitome of drama. So rid them of your life. Okay. So when you are on your entrepreneurial journey, you need to only surround yourself with the supportive people. Now, and I'll even share a personal story with you. When I first started talking about e-commerce, my husband was the first one was like, "You're doing what? How much money is this going to cost? Are you sure you know what you're doing?" So, and he's my spouse. He has a right to ask those questions. So that's a little bit different. And as I went through, and I was trying to be super super careful on the decisions that I would make, because it was our joint money, right? That's our household. If I did make a mistake, it would be a direct negative impact on our future and well-being. So I took it very very seriously. And again, he had every right to ask those questions. As we started, moving further along, and I started having a little bit of success here and a little bit of success there, then he started seeing the bigger picture. So then I would talk more about it, or again, he doesn't understand the lingo. He doesn't understand the whole e-commerce scene. He's not in the space. He doesn't have to. That's not his thing. He has a whole other thing, right? I don't understand his thing, so it's okay. But that's when I learned to, and he became a supporter. So being in my inner circle, he then started seeing my success. He trusted my decisions, and he's seen the results and been the recipient of the rewards that have come from these business decisions in my entrepreneurial journey, being in e-commerce. So it's not meaning that he was bad because he was questioning in the beginning, but there are some people that just question and won't even listen and don't even give you an opportunity to prove yourself, right? And if he wasn't my spouse, he shouldn't even be asking those questions, because it would be none of their business, right? So again, the whole premise of today's talk is just be mindful and of who you talk to, who you share your ideas with, and only talk and try to build an inner circle that would be in that same space, so you can get the support and the true objective feedback, because these other people are in that space. They truly have the experience that they can share their ideas and their wisdom with you. Where if you're discussing business with someone that has no clue what you're talking about, they can't possibly give you good advice. So, but again, be mindful of those negative Nellies who are going to always criticize, always push back, and always try to talk you out of doing something because they don't want you more successful than themselves. So avoid those dream stealers. Be bold enough to actually take action, take a risk, remove them from your life, and step forward, step out of your comfort zone, and surround yourself with these like-minded people, because you'll never know what's possible until you actually do take a risk, right? And you'll never have the confidence to take the risk and to try something and get out of your comfort zone and try to be successful if you allow these dream stealers to steal your joy and to extinguish your flame. And it's just not fair. It's so not fair of them to do that for you. So don't be afraid to try, and don't be afraid to go after your dreams and goals. You can do it. I am living proof that you can do it. So within 3 years time of, my first whole year, probably that would have been about 14 months of Shopify experience. 2 years after that point, here I am retiring full-time from my corporate America job and now doing e-commerce full-time. So I had no clue what I was doing when I first got started, but I had a good person, a mentor, young girl with 3 small kids that was killing it on her e-commerce journey, that she started out of her home, and she was doing great, and she motivated me and encouraged me and inspired me, and just that's what kept me going. The other negative circle, the dream stealer people, I had to just distance myself and only talk about my business with my mentor from, and started with that point. That's what gave me the fire to keep going. If she can do it, I can do it. And I kept going and I kept going and I kept going. And I did not allow these other dream stealers to take away my joy and extinguish my flame. So I encourage you and motivate you to do the same. And, you are the only one that can make those decisions about who is in your circle of influence. Be smart, be strategic, and be bold and be daring. You can do it. Okay. So I want you to comment below And let me know if you've ever encountered a dream stealer before in your own personal life. Maybe you've already started your e-commerce journey and you've already met those type people that you've been kind of sharing ideas or bouncing ideas off of. You may not have even taken the first step, period, towards your being an entrepreneur. That's okay. I guarantee you have met one in your lifetime. So I want to hear about those experiences below. So comment below and tell me about that. And let me know specifically, how did it affect your mindset? Did it start extinguishing your flame and stop your motivation, your drive, and your enthusiasm towards pursuing whatever goal or dream that was? Or were you brave enough and bold enough and strong enough to distance yourselves, cut out the dream stealers, and not allow them to affect your decision? So tell me all about that. I want to hear your story. Okay, so that's a wrap for today, and I will see you next week on Thursdays with Sin. Have a great one.